Dear children, it is a lesson-based assessment material of 2025-26 mathematics subject of class 10. Now let us solve the questions of the chapter real numbers, the unit 1 real number. What is the chapter name? Real numbers. There are 63 questions. 28 questions are easy questions, 30 questions are average questions, and 5 questions are difficult questions. Now let us solve MCQ, multiple choice questions. 4 alternatives are given for each of the following questions. Choose the correct alternatives. Write the complete answer along with its letter of alphabet. First question, root to is. Here the 4 options are option A, rational number, option B, irrational number, option C, integer, option D, natural number. Here you know that root 2 is irrational number. Which is the correct answer? Option B, irrational number. Root 2 is an irrational number. Therefore, you write the answer or you mark the answer. Option B, irrational number. Option B, irrational number is the answer. The second question, 5 minus root 3 is A or an. The options are irrational number, rational number, composite number, prime number. Out of these 4 options, which is the correct option, we have to choose here. Observe the number here, 5 minus root 3. Here there are 2 numbers, 2 terms are there. First one is 5, which is a natural number. And the second number is root 3, which is an irrational number. So totally it becomes 5 minus root 3, and this is an irrational number as there is irrational part. So what is the answer? Answer is an irrational number. Next you take the third question. Rational number is in the following. Rational number in the following. Option A, 5. Option B, pi. Option C, root 3. Option D, 3 root 3. You know that option A is the answer, as you know that 5 is the rational number. If you observe the option B, it is a pi. It is a symbol of pi. You know that it is irrational. We are using the value of pi, which is equals to 22 by 7. This 22 by 7 is rational, but this is not the exact value of pi. And also you are using pi is equals to 3.14. This is also the approximate value of pi. Here 22 by 7 and 3.14 are rational, but these are not the exact value of pi, because pi is irrational. You can't have the exact value for pi. Therefore, pi is an irrational. You can't express that in the form p by q. Then next, root 3, you know that is irrational. 3 root 3 is also irrational as there is root 3. Therefore, which is the correct answer? Pi is a rational number. Then next you take the fourth question. What is that fourth question? Which of the following is not an irrational number? Which of the following is not an irrational means it is rational. Rational we have to find out. Then you take the first one, option A, root 2 is there, it is irrational. Option B, root 3 is there, that is irrational. Option C, root 9 is there, that is rational. And option D, root 5 is irrational. Here the question is not an irrational, means we have to find out rational, and root 9 is rational because what is the value of root 9? That is 3, which is a rational. So what is the answer? The answer is C, option C, root 9 is rational, means it is not irrational. Then you take the next question. Rational number in the following is. Again the same question, but it is asked in the different manner. In the fourth question, not irrational means indirectly it is rational. Here directly rational number is asked. So option A, root 3, it is not rational, it is irrational. Root 4 is rational because root 4 equals 2. Root 5 is not rational, it is irrational. Option D, root 7. Root 7 is also irrational, it is not rational. So what is the answer? The answer is B. B is the correct answer. Root 4 is rational because root 4 is equals to 2, which is rational. Then you take the next one. 5 is an. You know that it is discussed already in the question 3. 5 is irrational. So what is the answer? The answer is irrational. So option A is irrational is there. Option B, rational is there. Option C, prime number is there. Option D, composite number is there. So what is the answer? Option A, irrational is the answer. Pi is an irrational number. Then question number 7. Question number 7. 7 into 11 into 13 plus 13 is an or is a. So here first you simplify it. Write the number 7 into 11 into 13 plus 13. Here 13 is common. You can remove that as a common. If 13 is removed outside, what comes in the bracket? In the first term, 7 into 11 plus 13 is already outside. 13 ones are 13. Then it becomes 13 into 7 into 11 is 77 plus 1. 13 into 78. Here you got this number is a product of more than 2 prime numbers. Here 13 is prime number. 78 is also product of numbers which are prime numbers. You can divide it. 2 into 2 3s are 2 9s are and again 3 into 3 13s are. So you got again 3 factors. So you are going to get 4 factors. So it is a composite number. 13 into 78, here also you can identify that it is a composite number. Therefore, what is the answer? Answer option B. Here which are the 4 options? Option A is prime number. Option B is composite number. Option C is irrational number. Option D is odd number. So which is the correct answer? Composite number, as it is a product of 2 or more prime factors. Here again you can factorize 78. You can express 78 as a product of prime factors. Therefore, what is the answer? Option B is the answer, composite number. Then come to the question number 8. Prime factorization of 91 is. So better to factorize it directly. Write 91. So you know that 91 is not divisible by 2. The first prime number is 2. It is not divisible by 2. So you try it by 3. This is also not divisible by 3 because 9 plus 1 equals 10, which is not in the table 3. Next you try it by 5. As the unit digit is not 0 or 5. The unit digit is 1. So it is also not divisible by 5. Next you take 7. 7 you can try. 7 ones are 7. 7 threes are. Because if you know the table correctly, you can do it easily. 7 13. The 13 sevens are 91. Then 13 ones are. So which option is correct here? Here option B is there, 13 into 7. So you write. The prime factorization is asked here. 7 and 13 are the prime number. Here 13 into 7 into 1 is that 1 is neither prime nor composite. So you have to take the option B is the answer. So which are the options? First you identify 2 into 13 into 7, which is not the answer. 13 into 7, you are going to get 71, that is the answer. 91 into 1 is also 91 only, but it is not a prime factorization. 13 into 7 into 1 is also not a prime factorization, as there is one which is not a prime number and also composite number. Then what is the answer? Option B is the answer. So you write option B, 13 into 7 is the answer. What is the question? Question number 9 is the number of primes between 1 and 10. Means how many prime numbers are there between 1 and 10. So you take the number between 1 and 10. Start from 1. Means here between is there, means you have to leave 1 and 10. And also you know that 1 is not a prime number and it is also not a composite number. So the first prime number is 2. The next prime number 3. The next prime number is 5. Then 7. And you know that if you write all the numbers from 1 to 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you have to leave 1 and 10. The prime numbers are 2, 3, 5, 7. And the remaining numbers are composite numbers, as they are having more than 2 factors. And these 4 are the prime numbers which are having only 2 factors, 1 and that number. So then what is the answer? Option C is the answer. Here once you go through the option B 3, option C 4, option D 12. So option C is the answer. Then you come to the question number 10. What is that question? Question number 10 is any composite number can be expressed as the product of. Every composite number can be expressed as the product of prime numbers. So what is the answer? Option C is there. So first option A is even numbers. It is not an answer. Option B is odd numbers. It is also not an answer. Option C is prime numbers. It is answer. And option D, square numbers. It is not a answer. So what is the answer? Option C, prime numbers. Every composite number can be expressed as the product of prime numbers. Any composite number can be expressed as the product of prime numbers. Then you take the question number 11. The prime factorization of 120 is prime factorization of 120. So factorize it first directly. 120. You know that unit place is 0. And if you try to divide it by 2, it is divisible by 2. The first prime number is 2. So you divide it by 2. 2 6 2 0. Again unit digit is 0. It is divisible by 2. Divide it by 2. 2 30. Again the unit digit is 0. Divisible by 2. Divide it by 2. 2 15. Now you got the unit digit 5. It is not divisible by 2. Try it by the next prime number 3. And you know that 3 5s are 15. You can divide it 3 5s are, then 5 1s are. So you got 3 times 2. So 3 times 2 means these 3 are there. Next 1 time 3. 1 time 3 is here and here. And 1 time 5. 1 time 5 means here is there. So the option D is the answer. Option D is the answer. The first option, option A, 2 cube 3 square 5 power 1. It is not an answer because 3 occur only one time. Then 2 square 3 power 1 5 power 1, because here 2 occurs 2 times. It is not an answer. Option C, 2 power 3 3 power 1, but here 5 occurs 2 times, but in the answer 5 occurs only one time. It is not an answer. This is not a answer. And in the option D, here you can get 2 cube and 3 power 1 and 5 power 1, which is a correct answer. So you go through the option D. Option D, 2 power 3, 3 power 1, 5 power 1. Option D is the correct answer. If you factorize directly, you can identify the correct answer. Then the question number 12. The prime factors of 30 is. Prime factors of 30 is. So again you factorize it 30. First prime number 2. 2 15s. Then it is not divisible by 2. Divide it by the next prime number 3. 3 5s. 5 1s. So 2 into 3 into 5 is there. So in the option A it is there. Option B, 5 into 3. 5 into 3 is there. It is not an answer. 15 into 2 is there. It is not an answer. 6 into 5 is there. It is not an answer. Here 5 into 3 becomes 15, but the product must be 30. Here the product becomes 30, but 15 is not a prime number. 6 into 5 is also 30, but 6 is not a prime number. It is a composite number. Here the question is prime factors of 30, means we have to choose the answer option A, 2 3 5. So what is the answer? 2 3 5. The prime factors of 30 are 2 3 5. Next, take the question number 13. The LCM of 2 and 3. LCM of 2 and 3. 2 is a prime number, 3 is a prime number. The product of these two prime number becomes their LCM. So 2 into 3 is equals to 6. So what is the LCM? LCM is 6. Otherwise use the method of finding LCM. 2 3s are. Use the method. 2 1s are. 3 you write as it is. Next 3 1s are. 2 into 3 equals 6. One method. And also if you want to use the prime factorization method, 2 equals 1 into 2, 3 equals 1 into 3, and the common factor is 1, and the remaining we have to take 2 and 3. The product of 3 becomes, this 3 becomes 1 into 2 into 3, which is equals to 6. You can use any one of the method, but directly you can get as 2 and 3 are the prime numbers, their product becomes the LCM. So what is the answer? Option D is the answer. Here, which are the 4 options? Option A, 2 is there, it is not an answer. Option B, it is not an answer. Option C, it is also not an answer. So option D is the answer, as the LCM of 2 and 3 is 6. So you take option D is the answer. LCM of 2 and 3 is 6. Next you take the 14th question. The HCF of 3 and 5 is. HCF of 3 and 5. You know that 3 and 5 are prime numbers, as they are having no common factors other than 1. So 1 becomes the HCF. Here what is the LCM of 3 and 5? LCM of 3 and 5 is their product, as they are the prime numbers. 15 becomes the LCM. But here what is asked? HCF. HCF means common factor we have to consider. And if you write the factors of 1, factors of 3 are 1 and 3, and factors of 5 are 1 and 5. So the common factor is 1 with the lowest power. So HCF equals what? 1. HCF of prime numbers is also you can consider here. HCF of 2 prime number is always equals to 1. So option A is the answer. HCF of prime number is 1. Similarly also you can take HCF of co-prime numbers also 1. Then you take the question number 15. The HCF of any 2 consecutive natural number is option A 0 is there, option B 1 is there, option C 2 is there, option D 3 is there. So what is the answer? Consecutive natural number becomes co-prime number, means their common factor becomes 1. They are not having common factors other than 1. Consecutive natural number, if you write the consecutive natural number, it starts from 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 like this way. So 1 and 2 are consecutive natural number, their HCF is 1. Similarly 2 and 3 are consecutive natural number, their HCF is 1 because they are co-prime number. 3 and 4 are co-prime numbers because they are not in the same table other than 1. So HCF is 1. Similarly 4 and 5, HCF of 4 and 5 is also 1. So consecutive natural numbers are co-prime numbers and their HCF is always equals to 1. Therefore, what is the answer? Option B, 1 is the answer. Then you come to the question number 16. The HCF of any two prime numbers is, HCF of any two prime number is always equals to 1. You take any two prime number. First two prime numbers 2, 3. So they are the co-prime number. Their HCF is 1. If you take next 3 and 5, they are also co-prime number. They are not in the same table. 1. What is the HCF? 1. If you take 5 and 7, their HCF is also 1. So HCF of any two prime numbers. So if you take in the middle also 5 and 11, they are not consecutive, their HCF is also 1. Then you take 17 and 19. 17 is a prime number, 19 is also prime number, their HCF is 1. So HCF of any two prime number is always equals to 1. Then here what are the options given? A0, it is not an answer. B2, it is also not an answer. C1 is the answer. D minus 1 is not an answer. Then go through the answer. Option D, option C. Option C, 1. Question number 17. If A and B are co-primes, then their HCF is. Here you know that A and B are co-primes. Means they are not in the same table other than 1. So their HCF must be 1 only. The HCF of co-prime numbers is always equals to 1. HCF of co-prime numbers is always equals to 1. So here which are the options given? A0, B A into B, C 1 and D A plus B. So what is the answer? Option C is the answer. HCF of co-prime number is always equals to 1. So option C is the answer. Next you take the question number 18. The HCF of the smallest composite number and the smallest prime number is. HCF of smallest composite number and smallest prime number. Which is the smallest composite number? Smallest composite number is 4 and smallest prime number is 2. So 4 is the smallest composite number and 2 is the smallest prime number. And their HCF is, you know that 4 and 2, both of them are in the table 2 and 1. And the common factors are 1 and 2 and 2 is the greatest. So you take 4 is equals to what? 2 into 2. Then 2 is equals to 2 only you can write, or otherwise 2 into 2 into 1 you can take 2 into 1. The common factors are 1 1 and 2 2 and the greater factor, highest common factor is 2. So what is the HCF of 4 and 2? HCF of 4 and 2 is 2. HCF of 4 and 2 is 2. Then you take the question number 19. For any two positive integers a and b, HCF of AB into LCM of AP is equals to. You know that HCF of AB into LCM of AB is equals to product of the numbers A and B, that is equals to what? A into B. H into L equals A into B, HCF of A and B into LCM of A and B is equals to what? A into B. So the answer is A into B. Option C is there. So which are the options given here? Option A plus B, it is not an answer. Option B, A minus B, this is not an answer. Option C, A into B, it is an answer. Option D, A divided by B, it is not an answer. So which is the correct answer? Option C, A into B. H into L is equals to A into B. HCF of AB into LCM of AB is equals to A into B. Then take question number 20. The HCF of 12 into 15 is 3 and LCM of 12 into 15 is. So you can use the above relation. H into L is equals to A into B. You know that H into L is equals to A into B. And what is asked here? LCM is asked, means L is asked. So L becomes equals to what? L is equals to A into B by H. Here A and B means 12 and 15. The numbers which are given. So you write in the place of A, you write 12, first number. In the place of B, write 15, second number. 12 into 15. A into B means 12 into 15 by H. H means HCF. So what is given? Here 3 is the HCF of 12 and 15. So write 3. Then here you can cancel any one of the number by 3 because 3 4s are 12 is there or 3 5s are 15 is there. Then what is the product of 12 and 5 is 60. 12 and 5 is 60. Then what is the LCM? LCM is 60. The option A is there. So once you go through the answer, option A 60 is there, which is the answer. Option B 45, which is not an answer. Option C 36, it is also not an answer. Option D 90, it is also not an answer. So option A 60 is the answer. So you write option A 60. Again you take the question number 21. The HCF of 5 power 2 into 2 and 2 power 5 into 5 is, so you calculate here. HCF means the common factor we have to take. 5 power 2 into 2 is there. Next 2 power 5 into 5 is there. So 5 power 2 into 5 is there. Then you take 5 and 2 power 5 and 2 is there. 2 we have to take. Why? Because while finding the HCF, we have to consider the common factor, and for HCF, we have to take the lowest power. So 5 is there. 5 is a common factor. In both the factors, 5 is there. 5 power 2 is there. 5 power 1 is there. For HCF, what we have to take? We have to take 5. 5 we have to take. Next, 2 is there. 2 power 5 is there. For HCF, we have to take 2 only. The lowest power is 2. 2 power 1, we have to take 2 into 5. Option A is the answer. Once you go through the option, option A 2 into 5 is there. Option B 2 power 5 into 5 is there. Option C 5 power 2 into 2 power 6 is there. Option D 2 power 5 into 5 power 2 is there. Then what is the answer? HCF of the given numbers 5 power 2 and 2 power 5 into 5 is 2 into 5. So what is the answer? Option A 2 into 5 is the answer. Note down the answer. Then question number 22. Two positive integers a and b are expressed as a equals x cube y square and b equals xy cube. X and y are the prime numbers. Then the HCF of a and b. Here a and b are expressed as a product of prime factors. A expressed as a product of prime factors x and y, x cube into y square, and b is expressed as a product of prime factors x, y cube. Here it is given that x and y are prime factors. Then what we have to find out? We have to find the HCF. And you take x cube y square factors and x, y cube. It is already discussed that for HCF we have to consider the common factor. Here you take x cube and x cube and x common are there. So lowest power we have to take for the HCF x. Then out of y square and y cube we have to take the lowest power y square. In both the factors x and y are there, and we have to take the lowest power. Out of x cube and x we have to take x. Out of y square and y cube we have to take y square, because 2 and 3 are the power. Lowest power 2 we have to take, therefore we have to take y square. So what is the answer here? xy square. It is there in the option B. That is the answer. So what is the first option? Option A, xy. It is not an answer. Option B, xy square is there. It is an answer. Option C, x cube y cube is there. It is not an answer. Option D, x square y square is there. It is not an answer. So you take xy square. Then question number 23. The LCM of A and 18 is 36. HCF of A and 18 is 2. Find the value of A. Here, out of A and B, A is not given, B is given. So you know that HCF of AB into LCM of AB equals A into B. Here, HCF of A and what? 18 is given, and LCM of A and 18 is given. And what is the HCF of A and 18? HCF of A and 18 is 2. So you can write 2 into LCM of A and 18 is 36. So you got 2 into 36 equals, one number is given, A is not given, we have to find out, and one number which is given here 18 is given, that is B, A into 18. So you can take A into 18 equals, or otherwise directly you can take here 18 ones are 18 twos are 2 twos are 4. 4 equals A. So what is the value of A? Value of A is 4. Value of A is 4. Then write the value of A, that is option C is the answer. So first option is A2, that is not an answer. Option B 3 is not an answer. Option C 4 is the answer what we got, and option D 1 is there. So what is the value of A? Value of A is 4, that is option C is the answer. Again question number 24. If P and Q are co-primes, then the HCF of P square and Q square. HCF of P square and Q square. Here P square is equals to what? P into P. And Q square is equals to Q into Q. Then it is given that P and Q are co-primes, means their common factor is 1. So here you can take, for P and Q the HCF is 1 into the HCF of again P and Q is 1. 1 into 1 again you are going to get 1 only. Then the HCF of P square and Q square is also 1. If you take 2 and 3, one is, this is P and this is 3. HCF of 2 and 3 is 1, you know, because 2 and 3 are co-primes. They are not in the same table other than 1. And their square 4 and 9, they are also becomes co-primes. Their HCF is also 1. Here square of co-primes also becomes co-primes which are not in the same table. Their HCF is also becomes 1. So what is the answer? Option B is the answer. Here which are the given options? Option A, P, Q, it is not an answer. Option B, 1, it is the answer. Option C, P plus Q is not an answer. Option D, P square Q square is not an answer. But this P square Q square becomes LCM. So you write option B is the answer. The HCF of co-primes is 1. HCF of the squares of the co-primes also 1. Then you take the question number 25. If 180 equals 2 power x into 3 power 2 into 5, then the value of x is. So you take 180 equals, here what is given, 2 power x into 3 power 2 into 5. Here what you have to find out, we have to find the value of x. So factorize 180. Then first you divide it by 2 because it is divisible by 2, as the unit digit is 0, it is a even number. 2 nines are, again it is a even number, divide it by 2, 2 4s are, 2 5s are, 2 45s are 90. Then 45 is not divisible by 2, it is divisible by 3, then you divide it by 3, 3 1s are, 3 5s are, next 3 1s are, 3 5s are, then 5 1s are. So 3 power 2 is there, 5 is there, 5 is there, then 2 power 2 is there. Here what you have to write, 2 power 2 into 3 power 2 into 5. So the answer becomes 2 power 2, 2 occur 2 times, into 3 power 2, 3 occur 2 times, 5 power 1, 5 occur 1 time. So in the place of x, what you have to write? Here 2 power 2 is there, 2 power x is there. So in the place of x, 2 is there. So what is the answer? Option B is the answer. Option A 1, it is not an answer. Option B 2, it is an answer. Option C 3, it is not an answer. Option D 4, it is not an answer. So take the answer option B. It is the correct answer, x equals 2. Then take the question number 26. The product of HCF and LCM of the numbers 15 and 20 is. Here the two numbers are given, 15 and 20. This is A, this is B. A and B. What you have to find out? H into L we have to find out. Then H into L means the product of HCF and LCM of A and B is equals to, that is A into B. If you take the product of 15 and 20, that becomes the product of HCF and LCM. That is H into L equals what? A into B, which is equals to 15 into 20. 15 into 20, 15 twos are 30, 15 into 20 is 300. Then here option C is 300, that is the answer. So option A is 15, it is not an answer. B 20 is also wrong. So option C becomes the answer. D is also not the answer. So the product is 300. So if two numbers are given, the product of the given numbers becomes the product of their HCF and LCM. Then you take question number 27. A is an odd number. B is a number divisible by 3. If the LCM of A and B is P, then the LCM of 3A and 2B. Here A and B are given in such a way that A is a prime number and B is a number which is divisible by 3, and LCM of A and B is given, that is P. Next what you have to find out? LCM of 3A and 2B. So 3A is equals to what? 3 into A, and 2B is equals to 2 into B. Then what is the LCM of 3 and 2? LCM of 3 and 2 is 6, because here 3 and 2 are co-primes. and also they are the prime numbers and also they are co-prime numbers, and their product becomes the LCM. So you take what is the LCM of 3 and 2? LCM of 3 and 2 is 6. Then LCM of A and B is given, that is P. So you write into P, 6 into P, which is equals to 6P. LCM of 3 and 2 is 6 and LCM of A and B is P, which is given. So what is the answer? Option C is the answer. So you write option C is the answer. Here A P square is there, wrong. B 5 P's are there, that is also wrong. 6 P is there, that is correct. D 3 P is there, that is also wrong. So what is the answer? Answer C, option C, 6P is the answer. Then the last multiple choice question, question number 28. The HCF and LCM of two numbers A and B are 5 and 200 respectively. Then the product of A and B is, again here we have to use the H into L equals A into B only. Here H and L are given. H is A, L is 200. 5 into 200 is nothing but A into B. The product of, here 5 is the HCF and 200 is the LCM. You know that H into L is equals to A into B. Here what is asked? The product of A and B is asked. H into L equals A into B. If you find the product of 5 and 2000, that product becomes the product of numbers also. So 5 into 200 is equals to what? A into B. So 5 2s are 10. Then you take extra 2 zeros are there, 1000. So this is equals to A into B. So what is the product of A and B? The product of A and B is 1000. So option B is 1000. So that becomes the answer.